Hey guys, welcome to the Stu's House team's brand new listing. And we're up near Eglinton and Dufferin in this awesome 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo townhouse. And look at this balcony. Oh my God, look at the view. You can see the city, the sun. If you're stuck working at home, this is a great place to come up with your laptop, do some work. We've got amazing finishes here. Stainless steel appliances, beautiful wood floors, gorgeous ceramic tiles in the kitchen, ceramic backsplash. We've got everything here. It's brand new, ready to move in. And check out our location. I have to tell you a little secret. California Sandwiches is just down the road, and their sandwiches are delicious. They're my favorite. We've got the Beltline bike tour. Crosstown coming. You're gonna be able to get on and get downtown in like no time when it's built. So go to stushouse.ca, see all the photos, see the videos, and give me a call and come for your personal tour.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Hello, folks. It's a great day for a great game here at the Oakville Curling Club. This is the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. You're joining us live for Draw 2 of the men's Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. John Cullen, and alongside me is a woman who needs no introduction, one of the Two Girls in a Game from the Two Girls in a Game podcast, and former Ontario Scotties champion, Mary Chilvers is here. Mary, we're in for a good one here, I think.
Oh, I'm pretty excited about this one, John. We've got Team Epping up against Team Greg Smith from all the way from Newfoundland, and as we know, he's quite a character, so I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it should be a great game. Team John Epping coming into this one, getting ready for the Olympic trials, and Greg Smith just looking to make another charge at the Newfoundland crown. So yeah, two excellent teams, two 2021 Brier teams, and yeah, it should be a beauty. So John Epping is starting with the hammer. He's throwing the yellow rocks.
Yeah, so this is the Smiths team second game today. They did play earlier this morning up against Brandon Tippin, where they were successful there. John Epping had the bye, so it's his first game.
Line's good. Line's good. Yep. Yep.
So, of course, John Epping carrying the same rink into the game as he had previously the last couple of years. He's got Ryan Fry at third, Matt Cam at second, and Brent Lang at lead.
We can play this with like normal.
And then it's a pair of Gregs for this Newfoundland rink. Greg Smith skipping Greg Blyde at third, Carter Small at second, and Alex McDonough at lead. This is mostly the same team that Greg Smith is returning from last year that went to the Brier, and they missed the playoffs, unfortunately, but had a great tournament there. This is Carter Small, the second. He's the new member of the team that was not at the Brier last year, but McDonough, Blyde, and Smith were the three who played.
Where?
Looks like this one might be a little heavy.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Ooh, just a small rub off the guard. And that might give Epping a chance to get in here.
Looks like neither team worried about Roxon play here in the first end.
No, certainly not. Well, I mean, you think that Greg Smith, having played this morning, probably one of the things they talked about as a team as well. John Epping hasn't played yet. They may not know the ice as well as us, so we can get aggressive early. And, you know, we've all been watching John Epping for a number of years. He's never afraid to have Roxon play as John, So two willing dance partners here, which is always always a nice way to start off a game. No need for any of this, oh, let's trade hits and see how we do.
Right.
Nonsense. So Epping looking for a run back here from Matt Cam.
Yep! Whoa! Yep! Whoa! 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 Shot. Great shot. It's like tap it a little, just like back four. Yeah. I just watched.
And of course, this is a famous rematch of last year's Brier game, which was fairly significant between Greg Smith and John Epping, the first game at a Brier between two openly LGBTQ plus skips. And so that was a great moment for the sport last year, and it's fun to see the two of them mixing it up again here so early into this year. This is Greg Blyde. You can see he's a tall drink of water, Greg, 6'7". So the sport's got to be harder for him. He gets to the hog line way faster.
6'7", my goodness.
Yeah, it's got to be a factor. So Carter Small really leaning in on this. They got to get this off the corner guard here. So it's not too bad of a result, but there's a few ways in here for Epping.
Straight draw into here.
Of course, John Epping is gearing up to play in the Olympic trials. One of the lucky guys that gets to go straight to the trials. Not all this pre-trial stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. That's always, we were talking about that a lot at the Oakville Tankard a few weeks ago with Kevin Martin, just talking about how it helps so much to not have to go through the pre-trials process. And then especially this year with there being the direct entry and the pre-trials and all that stuff, it's a tough one for Ryan Fry there, just right through the hole. But talking about that and how it just really does help a team so much to be able to know from the start of the year, this is the event we've got to ramp up for and, you know, really get ready for it. So, yeah, I would expect that Epping will be one of the favorites at the trials. He's ranked number 2 in the world right now, and as anyone who's watched John Epping play knows, he's capable of winning any event at any time. So they'll be one of the favorites for sure.
Gotta go, Alex! Gotta go!
Trying to get that off of the yellow.
Go.
Will it get in there for shot?
I think I nudged this an inch.
It will not, but that's a pretty good spot for that Smith rock.
It's fine. Should've got him on the
Greg
hair
Blythe,
earlier
of
to
course, a
cover it.
two-time Newfoundland and Labrador junior men's champion.
Why just make that?
And, of course, played in his first Brier this past year in 2021 with Greg Smith.
Yeah. Nice weight on that.
Looks like John, you're just going to, well, they're going to discuss.
I think it was
Yeah.
like
it's-
hair to everything splash and a hair up the hill.
What's he looking at, John? Cleaning up those reds on the front of the rings?
Yeah, I think so. It's either that or just drawing in there. I couldn't really tell, but Ryan went down to take a look at it, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's throwing a hit here. Usually that's what happens.
Oh, he's drawing, okay.
Yeah, I didn't quite hear. There's a little bit of chaos behind the scenes here for curling.com trying to sort everything out. But yeah, it looks like it's just coming in. It's not the big hit weight we know that Ryan Fry can throw. Yeah, I think he's just drawing here.
Yeah!
It's a little port here to navigate
Whoa!
for Cam and Lang.
Yep! Whoa!
Looks a little hot.
Get up in there. Shots.
Pretty good. John Epping will lie too with hammer here.
Try to get there too. Yeah, I can
That
also
one
make it
is
off the yellow, too.
overburied. Not an easy shot to tap that in.
My gut was here. But it's fun.
It's not part of you. I don't know the depth of it. You could, like, if weight's really good, you could probably get to nose.
Yeah, it's
And
probably.
if you're wide, you can do this.
Yeah, I think I like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Right here.
So, of course, Mary, the risk here for Greg is that if he doesn't make this shot, say he clicks either the yellow or the red up front, he's in a lot of trouble here.
He is in a lot of trouble, yeah.
Yeah, just like.
I guess the beauty of it is that Epping's rocks are sort of, he can get in there.
Like that much
Epping's
out.
are behind the tee line. Now he's going to change his mind and go to the other
2 minutes
side.
to make this too.
The problem with playing a team like Epping
It's
is,
not great.
you
And
know,
it's not
you got to be on your
the
toes
juiciest looking draw
always
on
to
the
say, what am I
outside.
leaving this guy to take 3 or 4?
Absolutely.
I'm
We've seen
playing
Epping make
the
just some
intern, like,
unbelievable
little tap,
shots
and
over
you
the
can
course
also
of his
make it off
career.
the top yellow too. Does that look like max size? Like I'm throwing like.
Four-time
Little
Grand
less.
Slam champion, 2018 Brier bronze medalist, and as we
That,
say,
like,
current
does that
number
look
2 in the
okay?
world. So,
Okay.
like you say, that's always the challenge when you're playing a top-ranked team like John. Is you're always worried you're giving him something.
Yeah.
So Greg Smith looking to navigate a port and tap up his red for shot.
Hard line! Hard line!
And this looks like it's curling really quick. This is all over the top, I think. Yeah, certainly is. So that really took off. Looks like maybe a little light, but just not a great spot. And so now it's the question for Epping is how many can he pile on here? Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Greg Smith
It
didn't.
runs and then goes crazy at the end.
A little surprised that Greg Smith didn't play this exact shot. They just
You
saw
like playing
Ryan
the
Fry
same
play
shot
it.
Fry just played and freeze her in again?
Yeah, I would agree, Jim.
Yeah,
he,
so yeah,
he went
I
to
agree.
a
Yeah,
territory
I'll take
which he
more than
wasn't
that.
really
Yeah, I
familiar
agree.
with. either.
Exactly. First end,
Aggressive.
you've
No,
seen
I took a little more than him, but you're right. I should take extra.
seen rocks down that end of the ice, and
Okay. T-line is
Well, I'm
mint.
not
It's always
sure
a
how
tough
this end started, if there was a few mistakes on Smith's part, but I'd say this is way too many rocks in play for the first end against a team like Epping who has the hammer.
Yeah, I don't think that they really made mistakes. I think they wanted to have rocks in play. Like I said, it could be just a fact that they played this morning, so they're thinking, okay, maybe we can come out and surprise Epping a little bit. But yeah, you're right. Certainly, we talked about that this morning in the game between Inglis and Ald. You never want to end up in a situation where you're having to save your life in the first end. So a little bit of a break there for Smith. Epping comes a little tight on his draw. I think just a hair light.
Now, what do we play? Tap, like most tap.
But I don't know exactly what Smith
Do you
has.
ever open it up?
Yeah, Epping currently sitting 2.
Not with this one here. Like, is this there still and off the yellow this time? No.
And the problem for Smith is he doesn't even really have a shot to hold John to 2. Because John has a tap both ways. He's got a yellow on the right and left.
What do you see? That'd be pretty good. Yeah, because if he was to run it, then.
Oh, that's definitely in the way. That one's in the way. We can tell, like, we can nose this. Like, nose the 7. That's the most natural to my eyes. Like,
But if we make it perfect, there's still lined up slashes. I mean, it's dependent on what's harder on giving him 3.
But he's going to play that one in anyway, no matter what.
It's anywhere on the rock.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we do this and make this, he's still doing this anyway.
Yeah, but our shooter could roll there. Want to give it a go?
No, it's not there. That's getting real messy with the guard. Like if we're playing around here, if we're playing on this side of the sheet, it's this, I think. Because then we for sure know that this is here. So Greg is right, it could be something like this. And I don't hate that either.
I like this. This makes sense. You can make it 2 ways. Okay. Yeah. Probably here.
Like back line?
Yeah, back 8, still fine too. Yeah. You can make it low and you can make it high.
So this is sort of a classic no joy situation for Greg Smith, where you
can get 2.
You really don't. Even if you make your shot perfect, it's still not that great. So that's the tough situation. As Greg himself said, that Epping's going to have a slash no matter what he does. So it looks to me, Mary, like he's coming down on those top reds and trying to tap into the 4-foot. I don't think he can get shot, but he can probably get second shot out of it. I think is what he's trying.
Yeah, I think too where he hopes to end up these red rocks is to sort of maybe block Epping from those taps. If he can move these red ones around, it might help to avoid Epping having a tap for 3.
This has to curl. Carter Small trying to bring it over. Looks a little light to me and just doesn't quite curl enough either. So Epping will lie 2 and has a chance for 3 on his last.
It was probably fine weight. Yeah.
And Mary, you can see the backboards are empty. We have all 15 rocks in play. So always a fun way to start off a game. Especially for Epping, their first game of the tournament.
Yeah, Epping loves this kind of a game.
It's okay.
What's the dilemma here, John? I thought there was maybe only one
you can. Yeah,
shot.
I got to throw it.
Is he looking?
I think that Epping was looking to see if there's a shot
there.
for a bunch.
No,
but I don't know how you'd ever get rid of that top red
you
in
can
the
hit a high
4-foot
side and it goes in there.
to make it count. So
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to decide if this is a natural run. So they were looking at maybe the tap back on the left as you're looking at it, but we've only seen one rock down that path. John might not feel confident in his draw weight. So he's looking at this to see if he goes red on yellow. Is it just sort of a natural tap into the pocket? And wondering if they could ever move their back yellow too far. So I think these just decided that this is the easiest shot. So John Epping lying 2 and looking for a third.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Nothing from the sweepers yet. Brent Lang indicating it might be a little heavy. Is it there? It is not. Just hangs on Epping a little bit, so Smith avoids the worst case scenario, but still does give up a 2. It's going to be John Epping leading Greg Smith 2-0 heading into the second end. You're watching curling.com.
It's too hard.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu's House team's brand new listing. And we're up near Eglinton and Dufferin in this awesome 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo townhouse. And look at this balcony. Oh my God, look at the view. You can see the city, the sun. If you're stuck working at home, this is a great place to come out with your laptop, do some work. We've got amazing finishes here. Stainless steel appliances, beautiful wood floors, gorgeous ceramic tiles in the kitchen, ceramic backsplash. We've got everything here. It's brand new, ready to move in. And check out our location. I have to tell you a little secret. California Sandwiches is just down the road, and their sandwiches are delicious. They're my favorite. We've got the Beltline bike tour. Crosstown coming. You're gonna be able to get on and get downtown in like no time when it's built. So go to StuSells.ca, see all the photos, see the videos, and give me a call and come for your personal tour.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard live from Oakville, Ontario. John Cullen alongside Mary Chilvers. We've got John Epping versus Greg Smith for you here in Draw 2 action of the men's Tankard here. And a very busy first end, Mary. We had all 16 rocks in play when it was all said and done.
Yeah, I'd say the Smith team dodged a bit of a bullet there, only giving 2 points to Epping.
Well, and it goes to show you how well Epping had the end set up. John himself missed both of his shots, and they still got 2. So it was an uphill battle for Greg Smith there. So they'll be looking to try and get some of those points back here.
Weight was perfect. Control.
And, of course, as with all the other events that are running on curling.com, I'll try my best to keep you updated on scores from all the other sheets as we go along here. And there are interesting scores to report. I did see a few people asking in the chat about our vaunted Sheet B coverage. That is coming tomorrow. We had a bit of a had an illness in the crew, so we're running a little short-staffed here at curling.com today. So there won't be any Sheet B coverage today, but that will be coming back tomorrow. So those of you who are looking for the Gushu-Moybrook game, unfortunately, we won't be showing that, but I will be giving you updates throughout the game as I can. I can tell you right now that it is 1-0 for Moybrook. They're playing the second end, and Brad Gushu has the hammer.
So it looks to me here in the second end, Greg's trying to take a little breather here. He's,
Yes.
you know, could maybe do some taps or come around corner guard, but he's going to play the hit on this.
Yeah, no, I like
the
that
double.
call too. Sometimes you, especially when you have all those rocks in play, it doesn't go your way. You never hate just
Yeah.
slowing the game down a little bit.
Same way.
And of course, you'll again probably have a pretty willing partner in Epping. He's just gone up 2-0. So if Greg Smith wants to play an open end, that's not something that John Epping's going to be too angry about. So some of you may have astutely noticed that this is the Toronto Tankard, but it's being held in Oakville, Ontario. The reason is that normally this event's held at the High Park Curling Club in Toronto, but unfortunately they weren't able to get the club open in time for them to host the event. So they will be opening towards the end of October, but not in time to have this event happen. And so the Oakville Curling Club graciously stepped up, and that's why we're back here for the second time in a month. I feel like I've left a piece of my soul here in the Oakville Curling Club over the last 4 weeks.
Well, it's a beautiful facility here, Oakville.
It is. Fantastic club, fantastic ice making, and I was born in Oakville, Ontario, so I guess technically my soul will always reside here in some form.
So you're originally an Ontarian.
I am, yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
no.
true. I can play here by birthright. Thank you, Rachel Homan. If I ever wanted to play in a harder province than the one I live in, I could always move here to play. Hey, you guys looking for a lead who hasn't played in 2 years that never won anything? I'm your guy.
I'll keep an eye open for you, John.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Need all the help I can get. So still open here, Ryan Fry. Just looking to hit this one, and sweepers are backing off. They don't want this one to roll out. That'd give Smith a chance to come around the corner guard. And they have, so maybe a little bit of an opportunity here for Greg Smith.
No, I think just a little tighter than he was. Wanted to be on his slide.
Not sure you know this about Greg Smith, that he's Mr. December this year.
Oh, yes, in the old Curling Cares calendar.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for the Curling Podcasters edition. Then you and me, Mary, we could maybe get in there.
Where?
We might only sell copies to friends and family.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
At least we tried.
Yep. We deserve a chance too,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. Yeah, absolutely.
Bring it back. You gotta go. Yep. Yep. Oh, you got.
Really want to try to bury this.
Right up. Right up. Right up.
Get
Right
it
up. Right
half
up.
buried.
Okay.
That's good. Puts a little pressure on Ryan Fry here with his second. Yeah, you know, I think
Solid
if you're going to be in a calendar, like a lot of people would say, Mr. December, not great. I'm the last month. I was an afterthought. But you also have to consider people are very lazy, Mary. So when it gets to December and then the calendar turns over, they just don't take the calendar off the wall. So you
true.
could be Mr. 2022. You get a whole 12
You
months
could
in there.
be
I'd,
up
I'd
on the
rather be
wall.
December than
Yeah.
April is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
this is true. You could be up there for another few months.
Who knows? Absolutely. No question. So nice shot from Ryan Fry, and this was the risk that Greg Smith was running with his last one, that if he didn't make the come around perfectly, then he could potentially get forced. But now he's doubling down, going back around the corner guard, so could get interesting here because that Epping stone is in a really good spot, Mary. Even if Greg Blyde makes this draw perfect, we might see John Epping guard here.
Yeah, I am a little surprised at this call. He kind of seems to have switched gears here.
Whoa. Whoa. Carter's You gotta go, Carter.
This looks like it's both
You gotta
needs
go, bud.
curl
you gotta
and
go,
weight.
even if you're here.
Yeah,
You
this
help
is-
him. You gotta go. Head down. Head down. Yep. Right up. 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 Okay. Just popped it back a bit.
So Epping just going to hit that.
Yeah, I think the ice is kind of release sensitive. Greg mentioned that he kind of popped it back to the line there. If you do that, it's going to stay pretty straight. It's not in a bad spot. If it moved a few more inches, it would probably be buried, but Epping can see it.
Yeah, it was the same thing we heard with Ryan Fries that rolled there. John Epping said that he slid maybe a little tighter than he wanted to, and so he put it back, as sometimes we do when we slide a little tight. You tend to want to get back to the broom and you overcorrect. And on this ice, if you're having any sort of pop motion, it does definitely seem to run pretty straight. We saw that this morning with Danielle Inglis in particular. She even said it herself. Oh, that's really running with a positive turn. So good shot from Epping. He lies 3 without hammer. And Greg Smith has a few options. I mean, he could tap it back and maybe create a pocket. Of course, John Epping can throw an absolute howitzer, so it'd be pretty tough for him to put this one in a spot, but...
No, we're still not blanking. Yeah, I think the tap is the shot. What do you think? Okay. I want to tap it dead nose then. Yeah, wait.
So the other option for Greg here, which is what his third, Greg Blyde, was saying, is he could just play the double and spill them out. But all that does is just give you an easier shot for 1.
Right.
You have no chance for 2 if you do that, and so that's why Greg said he liked this. You're still going to likely have a fairly easy shot for 1 if you make this
The line
properly.
is pretty important on this. So I'm just throwing like T-line, good sweep. Perfect.
So we have our first notable score of the game, Glenn Howard playing Rob Ainsley on the sheet right next door to us. And Glenn Howard popping a 3-ball in the second end. So Howard leads Ainsley 3-0. Ainsley with the hammer, they're playing the third. So Greg Smith's first here in the second end, and he's looking for a small tap back or freeze here against 3 Epping counters.
Yeah, I don't want to be light on this shot.
No.
Sweepers are really going hard on this.
Yeah, you got to stay on it.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not helpful, as you could hear from Greg's sigh.
Well, he's got this on the high side for 1, I guess.
So this is Epping could easily guard here. Seems to be what they're discussing.
I think so. Yeah.
Going to hit the red.
Think we got to hit this, eh? No, I know. Yeah. I was thinking control, just from Maddie's down here.
I like this call, John. Just hit this one. Stay in the rings there. Hit and stick, and Greg's got to make a pretty good shot for 1.
Absolutely. It's definitely tempting to guard. But with him being up 2, and his one worry was that if he guards the ones in the house...
No, Matt!
If he guards the one in the house, then...
What the fuck?
Well, that's a $10 fine, John Epping. That will be payable to me by cash or traveler's checks after this game. Apologies for that. But sorry, to go back to my point, he could have guarded there, but... He was worried that if he ever overcurled or undercurled the guard, depending on the turn he played, Greg might have had a sort of circusy shot for 2, where he would have the sort of slash double and stick around. So yeah, when you're up 2 and your opponent so far has, missed a few shots, you never want to give them any sort of glimpse of hope, right? So
Not what I just
I like the call too.
11.
Yeah, and as John, just barely made that shot, but he did make it, and now, all he's given up is 1 point here. So
Yeah, let's make it.
So it's an open hit for Greg Smith of St. John's, Newfoundland on his last. Facing 3 Epping counters, he will need to stay in order to get his one.
10-5.
Yep.
Go big.
Yep.
10.
Yep! Yes!
Alex McDonough on it from tip to tail, and he manages to hold it. Fantastic sweep from McDonough, and a good shot for Greg Smith to get his one. But Epping will take the hammer back into the third end. You're watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard live on curling.com.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu's House team's brand new listing. And we're up near Eglinton and Dufferin in this awesome 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo townhouse. And look at this balcony. Oh my God, look at the view. You can see the city, the sun. If you're stuck working at home, this is a great place to come out with your laptop, do some work. We've got amazing finishes here. Stainless steel appliances, beautiful wood floors, gorgeous ceramic tiles in the kitchen, ceramic backsplash. We've got everything here. It's brand new, ready to move in. And check out our location. I have to tell you a little secret. California Sandwiches is just down the road, and their sandwiches are delicious. They're my favorite. We've got the Beltline bike tour. Crosstown coming. You're gonna be able to get on and get downtown in like no time when it's built. So go to stucells.ca, see all the photos, see the videos, and give me a call and come for your personal tour.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Okay, whoa,
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the continuing coverage of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard here on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, and the World Curling Federation's YouTube channel. John Cullen alongside Mary Chilvers. We're watching a great battle here between Toronto, Ontario's Team John Epping and St. John, Newfoundland's Team Greg Smith. And so far, it's been Epping in control. They lead the game 2-1 with the hammer. And Mary, it seems like thus far it's been a case of Greg Smith just maybe needing to get the engine going a little bit here.
Yeah, and he made a nice hit and stick there in the last end to, keep his score at 2-1. But he's going to have to watch what he does here in this next end. Epping with the hammer and up 1. I have a feeling John's going to put some rocks in play and try to score at least a deuce here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Epping lying 2 with hammer.
11. Yes! Whoa, 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 oh yeah. No, 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 you don't need to curve it. It was close.
Love that old Newfoundland accent right there. Carve. You didn't need to carve it. Love that stuff.
Yeah.
It's great.
He's got a great accent.
Hung out with these guys last night, and it was nice. I'd never really hung out with the Greg Smith boys before, given that I live in Vancouver and they live in St. John's, pretty much as far away from each other as you can get. And I said, you know, oh, if I call any of your games tomorrow, what do you want me to say about your team? And the only thing they could come up with was lead Alex McDonough is half blind. He's blind in one eye. And they said that you and I need to try and guess which one over the course of the game. So that's all the info they gave me. I'm like, you want me to shout out your sponsors? They're like, no, just say that Alex is half blind. So here I am. I'm obliging them.
I wonder if that affects an in-turn versus an out-turn.
I would assume so, yes. Yes.
Well, Greg's going to keep hitting these Epping rocks. He does have a center line guard. It's not the best because it's pretty high up in the control zone.
Yep! Yes! Yes!
So Greg Blyde
Yes,
once
yes,
again
yes,
sweeping
yes,
hard,
yes.
and I can't help but notice he's wearing a jacket and a hoodie. Must be sweating out there. Too much.
I was told it's quite cold out there.
Okay.
Yep.
Good to know. Good to know.
Unlike in our comfortable spot here, John, I'm a little surprised it's not colder sitting here.
That's true. We are right up against the glass,
Yeah.
but
Whoa, 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 whoa,
they're
whoa,
nice
whoa.
to us. If anything, I'm warm here.
Yeah.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
So I'll give you an update on some other sheets happening right now. Over on sheet 1, Mark Keane leads John Schuster by a score of 1-0. Pat Ferris and Paul Fleming are knotted at 1. They're playing the third end, Fleming with the hammer over there. Of course, our feature game, John Epping is up 2-1 on Greg Smith. Beside them, Greg Howard continues to lead. They're up 3-1 ahead of Rob Ainsley. Beside them, it's Corey Dropkin and Fraser Reed facing off. Corey Dropkin is up 1-0. Brad Gushu, the other St. John's team in this event, just popped a 3-ball on Sam Moybrook of Ontario, so that puts Gushu in the lead by a score of 3-1. Jonathan Buke and Mike Fournier facing off in a provincial border battle between the team from Quebec and the team from Ontario, and it is currently 1-0 for Fournier. They're playing the second, and finally on sheet 8, Jason Gunlickson just put up 3 on Sean Steep. So that's a 3-1 score for Gunlickson. Steep with hammer. They're playing the third as well.
Whoa. Yes! Carter!
So Greg Smith in a bit of a tough situation here with Epping having both those behind that guard.
Okay, fine.
Does manage to tap it behind the tee line, which might help him later in the end. But right now it's all John Epping here. He's going to sit 3 after this shot with hammer.
Yeah, this is another really good setup for John Epping.
Langer!
So that one jams, but Epping does still sit 2. That was always going to be a pretty tough shot to lie 3 there. So this is a chance to maybe get out of this a little bit for Greg Smith with a hit and roll. Looking for a heavy board.
You gotta go, Alex. Gotta go, bud. Gotta go, gotta go. Okay.
And that just never quite curls.
10-6.
So Smith is lying second and third shot, but Epping has the hammer and sitting one. Chance for him to gain some separation between his yellows here, Mary.
Yeah, he's looking at splitting, playing the split on this top yellow rock. These aren't the easiest shots to
back
make
8,
perfect.
back 12, back 8.
Is he crossing this, John, or
Yes,
I
crossing
think
it.
he's gonna run straight.
Yeah, so Ryan Fry will be trying to come across the face of this rock and split them off here.
Whoa!
Nothing yet from the sweepers.
Just, whoa, yep.
Now, will that stay
Shot,
around for second
Hit it.
shot? It will. So very nice shot from Ryan Fry. John Epping lying 2 with hammer, heading into the skip stones
just,
here.
Just like control. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Thinking, yeah, like right here with just 11. Get by the guard, try to get them both. Control, so. Yeah. It's not going to move. It's pretty straight.
Right around the middle here, it should run pretty good.
Yeah.
Speed's good here too. Nice 11 here, right?
Yes, make it.
so just control weight here from Greg. It's the only way you can get any
Okay,
kind of
let's make it.
movement on these shots.
Jesus.
As a sweeper, you love when your skip is swearing in the middle of his slide. That's always a good sign.
Alex!
Oh, so close to making it. Just couldn't quite decide on the sweeping, and they end up getting caught in between. So Epping will still have a chance to lie 2 here. Thank you to Kim Tuck, who's watching and corrected me. It's Sam Steep, not Sean Steep. I got 16
the
teams
floor.
out here I got to try to manage, you know. It's not the easiest business.
You know, John, I did notice you said Sean, but I wasn't going to.
Oh, you can correct me anytime you want. I need it.
I know. Well, it's tough. You've
I
got
need
a
all
tough
the,
job
I need
here.
all the help I can. No, it's okay. No excuses. So John Epping's first here in the third end, looking to lie 2.
Oh, really? Okay.
Sweepers think it's heavy. Sam Steep is a cool name, though.
It is.
I hope he was a snowboarder or skateboarder before he became a curler.
Well, here's what we saw a lot of in the earlier draw. Trouble with draw weight, getting a little bit heavy here, which is really letting Greg off the hook.
Yeah, this is an end where Epping's been in control the whole time, and now Greg Smith is going to have a chance to make a very short double and lie 3.
Yeah, right here.
But if you do stay out of it and stay right here,
Same way.
One thing we saw in the previous Oakville event, Mary, is that the rocks were finishing really hard. So if you were a little heavy, it was okay. You were getting that finish. And so far, at least on this sheet, we saw this morning, like you said, and now they're just not quite getting that finish, and so they're not slowing down as much as maybe we're used to. And perhaps as the week goes on, that'll
It's either
start to
here
form,
high
but
or try to get the double.
hasn't happened yet. So
Yeah, and John's going to be kicking himself for that. Those are the shots where you just
Wait,
you
I
want to
don't
throw
know. I
over
wanna say
again
Hallelujah.
because
I think it might have been.
You know, it's kind of a
I think that
mistake
weight's-
that shouldn't happen,
I
really.
think that weight's still good, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a guaranteed 2, and it has
Yeah.
been for most of the end. So, all the same, Greg Smith still has to make this one good. His final stone in the third end, facing 2 Epping counters.
Really sweeping to hold this.
Curl!
Oh,
Gee.
and it will just not come up for him.
Same weight as you, I think. Well, just a little less than you had there.
Just misses it by a whisker, and
I guess a little overswept, huh, John?
Some hot feet.
I mean,
eh?
it didn't miss the top guard by much.
No.
I think it was maybe more of a weight thing.
Yeah.
Because if it had a little less weight, then you could probably finish it past the guard a
nice
little
hack.
more. But all the same, I think they thought I think what it was is they thought if they got past the guard by that much, then they would make it, right? Because sometimes that's how you have to think about making it, and then that just wasn't the case. It needed a little more finish. Speaking of finishing, John Epping looking to finish off this end with a deuce. This is his final stone here in the third, an open hit for 2, but can't jam.
Yep. Yep.
And
it
unfortunately,
does.
he does. Matt Cam gave it some jam, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. John Epping only getting 1, so it'll be a score of 3 for Epping. It's 3-1 now. Heading into the fourth end, and Greg Smith will have the hammer when we come back here on curling.com.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu Sells team's brand new listings. And we are down in Corktown in this amazing condominium. So you're wondering, why am I in the master bedroom? Because my guys were so smart. They sat down with the builder, and when they bought this condo, this used to be a 2-bedroom and a den. So imagine, there used to be a wall here, and this was a small den and a small master bedroom. And they said, we want way more space. So they blew out the wall, put this huge wall-to-wall closet unit in, and made this ginormous master bedroom, which is awesome. We also have a second bedroom, which can be a home office, guest room. They have their own bathroom. I love these plans because they're a split level plan. If you ever want it as a rental, it's great because you live on that side, I live on this side with my own bathroom, and we share the middle. And it's a great open concept, breakfast bar, wood floors, stainless steel appliances, and the deck goes the whole length of the unit. You can have quite the party out there. This building rocks. It's got a gym, games room, lounge, guest suites, lots of visitor parking. And we are in such a great location because you know what? Go over the DVP and you're in Leslieville. Go up and you're in Queen East. You've got Corktown, you've got the St. Lawrence Market, walkable, you've got the Distillery District. Get on the Gardiner, drive anywhere up the DVP, Gardiner to the airport. It's such a great location. So look, go to stusells.ca, see all the photos, the virtual tour, the videos, and give me, Stu, a call and come for a private tour.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. Wherever you're watching, curling.com, sportsnet.ca, or the World Curling Federation. It's great to have you, John Cullen, alongside Mary Chilvers. We're watching Team John Epping against Team Greg Smith, a rematch of their Brier battle from earlier this year that so far John Epping is leading. He's up 3-1. Greg Smith has the hammer, and Mary, it again, much like the game this morning, both teams lacking a little bit of sharpness so far, I'd say.
Yeah, and I think so far the theme here is the Smith team dodging another bullet, because Epping did have a shot for 2 there, and he didn't make it. So lucky for them, only down 2 points. They got the hammer back.
Yep, certainly could be 5-1, and it's 3-1. So if you're Greg Smith, you take that as a positive and try to refocus and get yourselves back in it.
Yeah, so I think a couple of things, as we saw also in the earlier game. I think the ice is kind of release sensitive, and as well, they all seem to be struggling a little bit with draw weight.
Yeah, we saw it this morning as well. It's always an adjustment when you come to a new club and you try and get a handle on the ice, and it's also extremely fast ice. This morning we were clocking draws at around 15.5 hog to hog, which is almost as fast as you get. So certainly it's a situation where these teams will just take a little bit to get adjusted, and then once they get a handle on it, we'll see some more shots made. That's for sure.
I guess you could always also say that it is relatively early in the season.
Yes.
Not for all teams, but for a lot of them.
Yep.
Yeah, I know for Greg Smith, this is the first event for them outside of Newfoundland. They played a warm-up spiel in St. John's a couple weeks ago. They were telling me last night, but this is their first event on the road. They told me they're going to be playing a fairly busy schedule this year, going to be playing a couple events in Halifax. They're obviously here in Oakville right now, and they also have a couple events in Newfoundland at home and gearing up to challenge Brad Gushue for the Newfoundland Tankard. Of course, Greg Smith, too, a lot of people don't know this, but Newfoundland was one of the only provinces that had a provincial championship last year. So most of the teams that went to the bubble, a lot of the provincial associations, due to COVID, just nominated the previous provincial winner to go to the Brier once again. And Greg Smith, and in Newfoundland, in the Atlantic bubble, they were actually able to have a full tankard, and they were winners in the final there, where Greg Smith in a double extra end.
Yes, I remember watching that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Greg's been to 2 Briers now. He's just a young guy, too, 25, I believe.
He is 25, yeah.
So done very well. And, of course, he really made a name for himself in I guess it was the 2018 Brier, where we all got to see Greg Smith in action.
Yeah, certainly one of the great characters of the game already, despite being such a young curler and not having maybe as much experience as the people that we think of when we think of the great characters of the game. But yeah, just an awesome guy and a pleasure to watch curl. And I know talking to them last night, they said they really want to be the next big team in Newfoundland, that's really their goal. Obviously, Brad Gushue's been the man in charge for a long time, but he's getting older, and you know, who knows what happens after this quadrennial. Teams shift, people retire, you know, so they're really taking it seriously. Said they're working with sports psychologists, they're working with trainers, they're leaving the island. They really want to own it, and they really want to become the next big team in Newfoundland, and you know, they're all young too, right?
Yeah.
So
that's great to hear that you got four people that really want to go for it. And living out in Newfoundland, like you say, it's tough for them to travel because they're so far from everywhere where all the competitions are. So I'm happy for them and look forward to seeing their progress.
Me too. And Carter Small with a great triple take out there to help his team's cause. So 2 corner guards up for Greg Smith, but nothing in the house. So Ryan Fry will look to get buried.
Of course, Ryan is the Olympic gold medalist back in 2014 with the Jacobs team.
Line's good. Wait only. Wait only. Wait only.
Yeah, of course, that team broke up early in this quadrennial, and I said on Twitter at the time, I felt like it was one of those things where it was a move that made 2 teams better. You know, I think him moving to John Epping's team just gave John a little bit more stability in the back end. It allowed Matt Cam to move down to second, which I think is a really natural position for him. And obviously Brent Lang, a great front end player, now playing lead. And it also, I think, made Brad Jacobs better, being able to bring on Mark Kennedy, one of the greatest curlers of all time, and one of the greatest teammates too. I think he's been a great influence on the Jacobs rink. And So yeah, often, you know, you don't necessarily see a direct swap for swap sometimes with players, but in this case we saw it, and I do think it made both teams better. Nice shot from Greg Blyde. A couple nice run backs now from the Smith rink. Got a couple score updates for you. Glenn Howard putting another 2 on the board. They lead Rob Ainsley 5-1. And Sam Moybrook got 2 back against Brad Gushu. So that's a 3-3 tie. They're playing the 4th. Gushu with hammer. Ryan Fry will look to replace this rock around the corner.
Okay. Nibble, nibble. Whoa, hello.
Just C-line.
So it goes just a little too far for Ryan Fry, and Greg Smith's team now will have a chance to sit right on top of it. Mary buried behind a corner guard, which if you're Team Greg Smith, you got to like that situation with hammer.
Absolutely.
Okay, hard line.
Sweeper's on it right away.
You
This
gotta
is-
go.
This looks a little light.
Head down. Yep. Yep. Yes.
Got to get it by.
Yes. 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 Alrighty.
Okay, not the best shot, but it does get a red into the rings. So now Smith will spend the next couple shots trying to make that one count.
Then he's going to freeze.
Does John go on the offense here?
Just because it comes wide in. Right here? Oh, yeah, it goes sideways in here. I just don't think I can get the out turn to get to that spot. Yeah. Yeah.
So you can see John sort of, by the look on his face, doesn't really love either of these shots because he's now playing a path he's
I
never
actually
played
think it'll
before,
work sideways at the end here.
but he doesn't think the out turn will
Yeah.
curl, so he's sort of stuck.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
So ideally, where would he like this rock, John? He's coming right in, eh?
Yep, just right on top of the one that's in
Yeah.
there already. Yep. So a little heavy, but not a bad result. The tendency usually, especially when you play an outside turn like that for the first time, is to throw it a little heavier. You're always a little worried that
like
it's a bit
here?
frosty out there.
Yeah, I think when he got in the hack there, it kind of was a bit of a guess
So
for
maybe
him
here.
as to what the weight was going to be like in that part of the ice.
Yeah.
So that makes Greg's life a little easier.
I'm thinking like a 50 and a half. 50 and a half. Here. Okay.
So Epping didn't think that he could get to the face of this one with this turn. We'll see if Greg
This
Smith
gotta
can
be
do
pretty
it.
precise. So half dairy, top 4. Yeah, let's make it. Yeah, let's make it.
Top 4 right now.
Whoa, guys. I gave it a lot.
Sweepers think it's heavy. You don't want to be heavy here because you need it to curl. That is really warping in there. Wow, what a shot from Greg Smith. The Sweepers don't even look at it. And it just comes right down on the top of that Epping stone. What a fantastic shot from Greg Smith.
Okay, lock it on.
So we'll see if this one finishes in there. As we said, Epping didn't want to throw this turn with his first one because he didn't feel like his rocks would curl in here. But Greg's did, so we'll see if Epping can follow him down. He's facing one Greg Smith counter here without hammer. His final stone in the fourth.
Line's great!
And just like that, beautiful shot from Epping. I think it is shot stone. Yep, looks like it to me. It's hard to tell from this angle.
Sure?
Nope.
Really close.
Greg Blyde said, I think it's them. And Greg Smith said, are you sure? And Greg Blyde said, nope. So
Have a look, guys.
obviously, if Greg Smith is shot, then he can just draw to the button for his
I think it's
second
us,
point.
but it's kind of important. Why are we asking the blind guy to look at? Yeah. It's really close. I think it is us.
Oh, that is so close.
I think it is too, but
Greg thinks it's them.
Have a look.
Looking at it from that
Well, I
angle,
draw to the
I
pin
think
or I
it might
play
be
double
Epping,
round.
but it's tough to tell. This is always a good way as a man to find out if you're going bald. You watch the game back on the stream and then you go, oh my God.
Because that could go wrong.
That happened to Jay Wakefield,
that, like, here.
former teammate of
Oh, I
mine.
know, but I could hit that
We
here.
made the provincial semifinals
short.
one year when Sportsnet was
max,
streaming
right
it,
here.
and
Right
after he went home and watched the semifinal that his parents had PVR'd, and he said, I didn't know I was going bald. But I learned the hard truth. Not only did we lose the game, he found out he was about to lose all of his hair.
He must have been
think it- I
devastated.
think it is.
Well, he's a pretty laid back guy, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think it hit him. I think it hit him a little hard. Yeah, it's a tough way to find out you're losing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sweet for tea.
So they took a good look at it.
Probably need to give you a little less out here.
As Greg Smith said, the half blind guy took a look and thought it was them, and
But I mean, my weight on my last one.
Well, either
Would have
way,
been
I,
fine
I,
in slide
I
path,
think
but
this
it
is
wouldn't
going
be
to
out
be the
here.
shot he'd be
Like, I need
playing
a
anyway.
little-
is it
yeah,
not?
most
So-
likely. I don't think there's really a
Yeah.
clear shot for two, so or a
4
clear
feet
shot
left.
to make it more clear, I should
Right.
say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So draw the button here and then get the measure out and hope for the best.
It's out there. It's got to curl. Line's great. Sweet for tea.
Looks like they got to go on it.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Oh, too bad.
Just a little short.
Yeah.
Well, now Greg's really going to hope that it's their stone.
Mm-hmm.
That is the shot rock.
It's close.
It's going to be really close. I thought it might have been Epping, but we'll see. Smith seemed fairly convinced it was them.
Was I that late? Holy God. Well, do you? Well, we should have played a different
First
shot
glance.
once. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Alex,
Really?
You know.
It's red all day, I think, yeah.
It's that much
Oh, so
light.
John Epping
They
said
all
he
think
thinks
it's
it's red all day. So maybe Greg Smith was right.
It's too bad.
But we'll get the official look here.
Just trying to make one.
Sorry, guys.
Right. Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, gosh. Well, no, I just should have thrown more weight.
It is indeed red, but I wouldn't say it was all day. It's only red in the morning, really. That was very close. But it is red for Greg Smith, so he will put one on the board. It's going to be 3-2. John Epping will have the hammer when we return. You're watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard live on curling.com.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it. Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu's House team's brand new listing. And we're up near Eglinton and Dufferin in this awesome 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo townhouse. And look at this balcony. Oh my God, look at the view. You can see the city, the sun. If you're stuck working at home, this is a great place to come out with your laptop, do some work. We've got amazing finishes here. Stainless steel appliances, beautiful wood floors, gorgeous ceramic tiles in the kitchen, ceramic backsplash. We've got everything here. It's brand new, ready to move in. And check out our location. I have to tell you a little secret. California Sandwiches is just down the road, and their sandwiches are delicious. They're my favorite. We've got the Beltline bike tour. Crosstown coming. You're gonna be able to get on and get downtown in like no time when it's built. So go to stucells.ca, see all the photos, see the videos, and give me a call and come for your personal tour.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. You're watching continuing coverage on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, and the World Curling Federation's YouTube. This is the third draw of the event, but the second men's draw. You're watching Team John Epping against Team Greg Smith. And it's been a story so far, Mary, of missed shots by skips for extra points. John Epping's missed a couple, and now Greg Smith missing a chance to put 2 on the board in the fourth.
Yeah, missed opportunities for sure. Greg will be kicking himself over that one. They weren't sure who was shot rock there, but he did definitely miss a draw, important draw there. Would have tied up this game. However, still got 4 ends to play. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely that fourth end was some positive signs for Greg Smith. Epping was in control, I would say. I think it's fair to say Epping was in control of the first 3 ends. So that'll be a positive sign for Greg for sure.
Get the feeling this could be another messy end.
Yeah, we're already, when it's the second stones and you're already having to paint pictures in the house, it's usually a sign things are about to get messy. So just looking for a little tap here from Carter Small. Mary, we've been getting a few questions in the chat about the line scores. I know that the line scores haven't been up on curling.com. We just wanted to let everybody know it's coming. The plan is for our site to not only be the number one place to stream games, but also the number one place to get your line scores and your stats. We're preparing hopefully what is the best line score and stat package online. So it's just taking time. We're working on developing it, but we don't have it yet. So that's why you're not seeing line scores from this event. But as I said, if you're tuning into this stream, we'll always do our best to keep you updated on what's happening in front of us.
Board? Yeah.
So John just calling board weight hit on this red rock. You'll have 3 yellow in the rings after this shot with hammer.
Yep.
So
Whoa.
Greg will need to be careful.
Yep. Whoa.
Clean. Clean.
So that red starting to feel a little lonely in the house now.
Whoa. Yep. Clean. Clean. Stop. 10-7. 10-7. Board.
So the team's trading hits here, and Epping might want to get this one to maybe roll just a little bit. Doesn't want to end up setting up a double on his 2 yellows. It wouldn't set it up on this rock, but it could set it up 2 rocks from now, so he'll be conscious of that.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Whoa.
And how about that from Matt Cam? Beautiful little roll inside, and
That rock
now
was
that
slower,
red is
you
feeling
throwing it that
a
much
real lonely.
This is good. Well, just board. Okay. Okay.
So I think they're just playing a board weight hit here to kind of change the angles around. The important thing here, Mary, I think, is they've got to keep their red shooter sort of right where that yellow is. They want to make sure they nose it. If you ever roll off, it just allows Epping to roll back in and just start bundling up a pile beneath that guard.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Whoa. Carter.
This looks really nice from Greg Blyde.
Good.
Really good shot.
Really nice. Really nice shot.
So Epping looking for the freeze from Ryan Fry. Maybe trying to set up some sort of blast for a bundle.
That's what I'm thinking. We're going to keep lobbing them in there until they can get the right right angles.
Absolutely.
Greg's got to really be careful, obviously.
This looks a little heavy.
Yeah.
Again, it's really not a terrible
Just roll
shot
it
for
here.
Epping. They just keep getting those yellows in
Normal.
there, but
Right here.
Greg should have a double here. He's going to have to throw a decent amount of weight to make sure it rolls over the top. Need a double here, and the sweepers are all over it. This looks really tight. Oh, boy, that is very not good for Team Smith. That center guard was doing a lot of work for them.
Don't need to necessarily, just so that these aren't right there, so it's not removable.
So what John is thinking here is he wants Ryan to freeze into the pocket of these two so that he could run the red back onto this yellow and get rid of both reds. So that's the plan. He's just going to try and freeze right in the crotch of those red and yellow. Obviously, Greg has another rock to come, so it may not go exactly according to plan, but if he can get in that pocket, Greg Smith is in a huge amount of trouble.
Whoa, if you can. Whoa, if you can. Yep. Yep.
Starting to curl now.
Yep.
This is really curling.
Whoa.
And that is a perfect shot. Maybe move the red a little more than they wanted to, I think.
What I can see at the top.
Doesn't make the
Three will go,
red
four will
double
go.
easy.
Right.
Yeah, 4 rocks go. No. This. Four of them go. Right here, peel up. It's the shot.
I think this one might push down too much to go, but
Well, I think it'll spin. Yeah, it's close. It's worth. You get at least 3 of them gone. Do you hate it?
Right now, his red rock sitting
it's a
top
deuce.
4, I would say, is fairly safe. Would you say? You know, at this point, what's more important? Is he going for the? He's going for the hit.
Yeah, he thinks he can get rid of 4 of them. I don't think that he can.
4 of them could go.
Yeah, I mean, it's very optimistic. I don't think
Yeah.
that the top yellow
Gotta hit
goes.
something. Yeah.
But he can get 3 of them out, I think. So just trying to
good peel.
minimize the damage here.
Are we going to see the big backswing here?
I
from
think
Greg
we are,
Smith?
yes. I think this is going to be the backswing's time to shine. The rare 25-year-old with a massive backswing. Love to see it.
Yep. Oh. No!
And that is not great. That was always the risk with that shot.
Yeah.
That you risked not getting the angle you wanted and leaving this for John. And now if John Epping can make a good shot here, Greg Smith is going to be in a ton of trouble.
A little less. Yeah, 3/4, 2/3.
Epping won't even hate losing the one in the forefoot here if he does.
He'd probably like it.
So big shot here for John Epping. Could leave him lying a bundle with hammer.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, nice shot by John.
That's as easy as you like. Beautiful from John. Ooh, and he almost got his shooter to spin back on the rings.
Shot, isn't it?
And now Greg Smith is freezing for his life.
The out or the in? I just threw this a few times. Probably here.
The good part here for Greg is that there's several places he can put it. It doesn't have to be an exact, precise freeze. Ideally, I think he wants to be exactly where Greg Blyde put his broom. Corner frozen on the one on the left. but
Yeah,
you
I know.
could freeze that one. You could sort of freeze in the pocket of them. He's got a big target area. He just can't be light. We've seen him
Right.
be light on a few
Yeah.
draws. So the key is just to make sure that he's there.
Kind of got to lock it in there.
And not an exaggeration to say this is the most
just
important
looks
shot of the game so
More
far.
natural coming, like,
John Epping lying
I'm fine
4
with the
and
way
Greg
you like
Smith
the other
needing
way.
a freeze to save this game.
oh, good.
It's not running consistently like on this side. You're seeing rock farther out, turning on harder, right?
Good point. Yeah. Yeah. At least you're curling.
On the center line or the
Well, in between them. Okay.
still be 15?
Yeah. No bounce. You gotta go.
Right now.
Final stone for Greg Smith here in the 5th. Needs to make a perfect freeze to save this game.
Looks pretty nice, John.
Beautiful shot from Greg. Absolutely had to have it, and he does.
That's a game saver.
John Epping doesn't even look at it.
Yeah.
That's how good the freeze is. He knows there's absolutely no way he's getting that red out of there. So this is just a straight draw for John Epping for 2. What a shot from Greg Smith.
Thinking, boys, slid pretty okay for him, eh?
Never
just
great
like
when
kinda
you
the
have to make a
same with
freeze
that
to
good
only
speed
give
that
up
we're
2.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, it was
just that
literally
good
to
speed
save the
we're seeing?
game. So
Okay.
phenomenal shot from Greg Smith, and now John Epping will just have to draw the button to score a deuce. This is really curling. You got to get to that red
oh
one.
My.
And John
They
Epping
don't.
has left another point on
So
the
I'm gonna
board.
I think I might get rid of that 5.
Phenomenal shot from Greg Smith. Bails his team out to the tune of not 2 points, but only 1. John Epping scoring a single with hammer. It's 4-2. Greg Smith will have the hammer playing the 6th end when we return. You're watching live on curling.com.
Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it. Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu's House team's brand new listing. And we're up near Eglinton and Dufferin in this awesome 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo townhouse. And look at this balcony. Oh my God, look at the view. You can see the city, the sun. If you're stuck working at home, this is a great place to come out with your laptop, do some work. We've got amazing finishes here. Stainless steel appliances, beautiful wood floors, gorgeous ceramic tiles in the kitchen, ceramic backsplash. We've got everything here. It's brand new, ready to move in. And check out our location. I have to tell you a little secret. California Sandwiches is just down the road, and their sandwiches are delicious. They're my favorite. We've got the Beltline bike tour. Crosstown coming. You're gonna be able to get on and get downtown in like no time when it's built. So go to StuSells.ca, see all the photos, see the videos, and give me a call and come for your personal tour.
Hello, folks, and welcome back. You're watching continuing coverage of the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard live from the Oakville Curling Club here in Oakville, Ontario. And you're watching an Ontario team do battle here. John Epping against Team Greg Smith from Newfoundland. John Epping once again missing a draw for extra points. And so we sit at 4-2. Greg Smith with the hammer playing 6. And it's John Cullen alongside Mary Chilvers. And Mary, it has been truly just a case of both skips leaving points on the board, and it's completely changed the shape of the game.
Yeah, they're really handing it back and forth to each other here. I think Greg Smith, a huge sigh of relief on that one. It could have been handshakes for sure, but he is still in the game here.
Yeah, Greg making a phenomenal freeze against 4 Epping counters, forcing John into a draw for 2, and John came up short. We saw that John was having a conversation with Ryan Fry after the last end, just saying that he maybe wanted to get rid of that last rock that he's been throwing, that he thinks it's maybe curling a little more. It's a little slower than the other rocks. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if it makes a difference for John, because it has been on his last rocks where he's missed draws. So we'll keep an eye out. And speaking of keeping an eye out, we've been doing that on all the other sheets, give you an update on all the action across the houses. As Matt Cam looks to hit and lie 3 here for John Epping. We've got John Schuster scoring the first 2 of the game against Mark Keene. Schuster's up 3-2. Keene has hammer. They're playing 6. Beside them, we've got Pat Ferris and Paul Fleming locked in a great battle. Paul Fleming is up 3-2. They're playing the 6. Ferris with hammer. Glenn Howard has been in control the whole game against Rob Ainsley. They're up 5-2. Beside them, it's been a story of blanks in the game between Corey Dropkin and Fraser Reed. Dropkin has a 2-0 lead. Reed has not yet to get on the board. And then beside them, we've got Brad Gushu playing Sam Moybrook. Gushu popping a 2 in the 4th, so they're up 5-3. Moybrook has hammer playing 6. Beside them, it's another tight scoring game. Mike Fournier against Jonathan Buke. Buke is leading 2-1. Fournier has the hammer. They're playing the 5th.
Yep.
And finally,
Yes!
Don't Call Me Sean, Sam Steep is down 5-3 to Jason Gunligson. They're playing the 6th, and Gunligson has hammer.
Shot.
So a couple nice shots here for Greg Smith.
Yeah, and this is the ever important 6th end of an 8-end game. Greg Smith would love to get 2 on the board here.
Whoa, whoa. Go ahead, Langer. No.
So Ryan Fry unable to get a roll, so this might open the door for Greg Smith here to put some pressure on with the hammer.
Back. What is it? Okay, close. Yep. Yes. Yes.
Carter Small
Yes.
leaning on this one. Looks like they need it for just even a piece here. And it will go.
Lost
Greg
that
Smith
one.
got caught
Yeah.
looking at it a little bit, but he does manage to get it out. But this will give Ryan Fry a chance to get buried around this almost center guard. On the sheet right in front of us, Felix Aslam made a really fantastic hit and roll. Had to get very, very tight to Buke Stone in the top 8 to make it.
Line's good.
So they pick up their 1. John
Line's
Buke will
good.
have the hammer playing 6, and they're tied at 2.
Line's really good. Line's great. Line's great. Line's perfect if you're in the 4-foot. Line's perfect for the 4-foot.
And that's a very nice shot from Ryan Fry. just like the last game, Mary, we're starting to see the teams get a little bit more of a handle on both the ice and draw weight.
Yeah. Other than the skips.
Other than the skips' last rocks, yeah. Other than that.
Yeah, both John and Greg have struggled with getting that second point on the board with an open draw. But, oh, you don't know. It could be a little bit of the rocks. Release sensitive, perhaps.
Okay, no roll, no roll.
So Greg Blyde just coming a little narrow on that one. Epping will be able to lie to here, or he might be guarding. I guess he'd probably guard for his first one.
Okay, boys, just tight guard. Line's great.
So John Epping's first here in the 6th, looking to guard. And he will do just that. Great shot.
Center of the rock.
So Greg can't see any of that rock on the 4 foot, so he's going to
Maybe
try to
a
run
hair,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we blank, it's fine. If we're forced, it's fine. Okay. Okay, let's make it. Hairless!
So Greg looking for a run back here. We're going to see that backswing again, Mary.
Yeah. Don't know how he does it.
Wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah.
I've got a weak back, though. It's close. Ooh, just misses.
Yeah, you got it.
So Epping will have the chance to come into the 12-foot here. Of course, the absolute ideal position is to be just in the house so that if Greg were to play a double, he would be forced to 1. So he'll want to be just full 12-foot here. Final stone for John Epping in the 6th. Wants it just in the top 12. Sweepers think it's a little heavy. And it does look just a little bit deep. Not bad, though. Those are both pretty buried, so.
It's probably here.
I mean, like you gotta get by these.
So probably here.
Like you can err on this one too. So
Yeah. So right here is good.
like T line.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're forcing Greg out here to play an out-turn draw,
Okay, it's almost like a little trap.
which is not going to be the easiest shot in the
So
world.
this is T line.
Got to get by those guards out front.
Yeah, I think he considered the run back, but it's just, if you ever miss it, you're giving up 2. Obviously, that's true of a draw, but
Yeah.
you can always get closer than one of them if you're
Yeah.
if you're throwing a draw.
Yeah.
Especially coming into the rocks, you could always chap off the top and only give up 1. So I don't mind the call, but it is Greg Smith with his final in the 6th end. Needs to get a good piece of the forefoot to get his 1. Both sweepers are completely backed off. Will this slow down?
It hits a slide path.
Will this slow down? It
No.
will not. I believe that is a steal of 2 for John Epping. They'll take a look at it here. It's 1 for sure. I think it's 2, and it is. They'll kick it off. So a huge miss from Greg Smith, coming a little bit heavy on the draw, and a couple of those misses from John Epping now going up on the board. John Epping's going to take a 6-2 lead into the 7th. We'll be back with more from the Oakville Curling Club right after this.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard live from Oakville, Ontario. John Cullen alongside Mary Chilvers bringing you this second draw action from the men's triple knockout. We've got Greg Smith against John Epping, and Mary, a huge steal of 2 for John Epping in the 6th end, puts them in the driver's seat up 6-2.
Yeah, and again, it came down to skipper having to draw the forefoot to save the end, and unfortunately for Greg, he did not make that shot. So Epping is definitely in the driver's seat here now.
Yeah, I think we're 6 ends deep, and we have both skips are curling 0% on their final stones of the end, which you don't see that too often, especially at this level. But as we say, first game of the tournament for John Epping and only the second for Greg Smith, and obviously their first game on this sheet. So takes a little while to maybe get the feel of the ice and the rocks. We know that John Epping maybe didn't like one of his rocks, and he got rid of one of them. And so, yeah, it's been a story of both skips having opportunities to put more points on the board. But, of course, no final stone miss was bigger than Greg Smith's in the last end, as John Epping now with a commanding 4-point lead.
Picking.
And, of course, Epping's team just so good at hitting. They're not a team that you want to get down to.
Absolutely.
Try to throw just over.
And the problem is when you're down this many points, 2, 3, or 4 points, your shots have to become so much more precise. Because as you said, you're playing against a team that is not going to miss much.
Even if you can. Yeah, you got her. Keep going. Keep going.
These corner guards are very important.
Good.
So the 2 guards up for Smith. He's going to have to get some work done, and you can see just in the corner of your frame there, we have our first exchange of gratitude. That's a final on sheet 4. Glenn Howard defeating Rob Ainsley.
Pick it a bit.
Of course, Glenn Howard getting prepared for those pre-trials coming up later this month in Nova Scotia.
It's good.
Yeah, I mentioned in the women's draw previously, we have a lot of teams here that are going to the pre-trials. 6 or 7 men's teams and 6 or 7 women's teams, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, a bunch of them are playing on this draw right in front of us as we speak. Of course, Glenn Howard, Paul Fleming will be there, Jason Gunlickson, Jonathan Buke.
Close. Yep. Whoa.
Mike Fournier, Pat Ferris. We have virtually all of the pre-trials teams here.
We do, yeah.
This weekend. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. That's of course coming up on Halloween weekend, and it'll be a scary weekend for 12 of those 14 teams. But 2 of them will be thrilled. We'll be punching their ticket to Saskatoon for the most difficult curling tournament on earth to win. The Roar of the Rings. So John Epping is into peel mode now. He's got 3 in the house. And we have a second exchange of gratitude on sheet 8. Jason Gunlickson were winners over Sam Steep. Didn't see what happened in the 6th, but Gunlickson was up 2, so I'm assuming that it was a fairly big score in the 6th to get them off the ice. So Gunlickson will be moving ahead in the A draw. Sam Steep will be dropping down to the B. Of course, the men are back on at 9:30 tonight. Curling.com will not have coverage of the 9:30 draw for you, but we will have coverage of the next ladies draw at 6:30. We're going to be watching Jacqueline Harrison of Ontario taking on Yunjung Kim from South Korea. So that's going to be a fantastic matchup, and we hope you'll join us for that one. Both myself and Mary will be back here, and that should be a very fun one to watch. So we hope you'll join us wherever you're watching from, whether that's curling.com or sportsnet.ca or the World Curling Federation. We appreciate all of you tuning in, and it's going to be a great weekend of curling, that's for sure.
Greg Smith just continuing to put up corner guards. Just to get, he knows John's going to keep peeling those, so he's going to waste some time there, and then he'll have to do something in the house at some point.
Clean, 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 clean. Almost.
So the peel made, and Greg Smith's going to have some work to do here because these Epping rocks are kind of spaced out in a way where there's not really an obvious freeze or opportunity for Greg to generate some points. And safe to say he needs 2 here to even have a chance to get back in this game.
Just weighing his options here.
Maybe we can freeze here.
So he's opting to play the freeze out to the rock in the wing.
Yeah, this is sort of a gamble that Epping's not going to get aggressive because he's up 4.
You gotta curl a lot.
Bringing the play into the wings here so
Where?
late in the end. But
You
Epping
gotta
is
switch.
probably just in stone elimination mode, and
Hey,
that's
no,
what
you're
Greg Smith
never
is sort of
gonna-
banking on. This is not going to curl enough to make the freeze, but red rocks in the house are a pretty good thing for Greg Smith at this point. I imagine John Epping is just going to kill that one.
Ryan Fry wastes no time on
No
that shot.
time. He
No.
can't wait to get into the hack and throw it. An open hit? Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's the doubles there then too, though. Tap it an inch. Light is, the error is light.
So Greg's opting to play the tap on the red rock onto the yellow. He's just looking for anything that can get John's team to make a mistake.
Yeah, when you're down 4, that's really all you can hope for, right?
Yeah.
Is you just hope the other team makes mistakes.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. No. 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 No.
Just didn't quite get the angle he wanted there, and I think Epping can get rid of all the reds.
Out at it. Yeah.
Just needed that to curl a hair more to get that one frozen on the corner. So I think we're going to see a John Epping heater here.
Out turn, double. Yeah. Cross the face there. Whoa.
It just doesn't curl up the way Epping thought it would, so Smith's still alive.
Totally. If I play with the out, does it stay?
Question here is if he can make the double off of his own and keep the one he's hitting into the yellow. That's going to be the question.
So just normal. Yeah, that's probably the smart call. Right here. No, I think the out is the way normal.
That's all you see in the mirror.
Yeah. We might be able to punch that behind the corner and roll on top. No, you're gonna punch it more with the intern, with the way it's spinning. You know what I mean? So, and plus, I think a higher roll is optimal. Yeah. Just a hair less than where the berm is. Just normal. I was just like, okay, they're gonna go off the head.
Nine. 8.5.
Yep.
Great shot. Really good. It's unfortunate he wasn't able to get second shot out of it, but to keep both of those reds around is pretty impressive. Some very nice shot from Greg.
Let's tip that into this. Oh, is it? Okay.
Just having a look. Very close.
Yeah, it's a pretty flat double, so Epping, I'm sure, if he doesn't have to throw it, won't want to.
Right.
Because he's going to have to slash across. He can't see enough of the red.
Yeah.
So the thing with this is if John Epping doesn't manage to get the red on the outside, then
Yeah, make a
Smith
little
should
run
have a
double.
shot for two.
It'll go over into that area. So.
Tanner Horgan just missed his last in 6. So Fournier stole. They're up 1. John Epping, final stone.
Yep.
Needs to make 2 reds go away.
Hard.
And it will just squeeze over the top. So Greg Smith will have a chance for 2 here in the 7th.
Should've stayed in bed.
Wasn't looking like it for most of the end, but he makes a fantastic shot on his first.
We're having a good look at that, but
It's T-line. I got to move it an inch.
okay, so he's going to
So here.
play a tap on the yellow.
Okay. Just T-line. Yeah. So we're just going to move it an inch. Yeah.
These are not easy to make, John.
No,
This is
no,
probably
they
the
aren't.
quickest spot on the sheet, isn't it? Coming off the wall. Coming off the...
I guess maybe Greg's thought is
Yeah.
that he might be lying 1 anyway, so that's why he's throwing the draw. I mean, there's no guard in the way, so he could just hit.
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm a
wondering.
little confused,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. This
in
is-
any case, playing a T line just needs to move the yellow an inch. You're saying it's a little heavy. It looks pretty close. Needs to make this shot
Yeah.
to get 2, and it sounds
it.
good. And he makes it, so shot selection doesn't matter when you make it. Fantastic shot. Fantastic pair of shots by Greg Smith for a pair of points. John Epping does still lead 6-4 with hammer, but we're going to be playing the 8th end when we come back right after this.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to Curling.com's continuing coverage of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. John Cullen alongside Mary Chilvers. We're here at the final end. John Epping leading Greg Smith 6-4, and Epping does have hammer. And Mary, this is exactly the same situation we saw in the game we called this afternoon. A team up 2 with hammer, and in the case of the game we saw this afternoon, the team made the skip throw their last stone.
They did, yeah.
So
sat 3.
the losing team, I should say.
That's right, yeah. Well, 2 great shots by Greg Smith in that last end. Trying the tick shot here by the Epping team, just misses. And that red rock you see there is an absolute perfect guard and very hard to do as a lead. You have to basically just get it over the hog line. Those are mentally really hard to throw. Now he's looking for a guard that will be tighter to the rings, directly behind the first guard.
All you got. It's sliding good. All you got. Carter's rock. Carter a little. Yep.
Looks really good.
Yeah, great pair of shots from Alex McDonough. Fantastic. As good as you'd like to be set up.
Yeah.
And we saw earlier today, Kathy Auld, they were the team that were down to Danielle Inglis. They were down 2 without hammer, and they just wanted to be lying 3
Yes.
on their opponent's last one, because then you never know. You get a roll out or you get a miss on a draw or whatever, and that's kind of how you hope to get your deuce, a steal of 2. So that'll be probably what Greg Smith is hoping to do as well. This one is over curling.
Trying to cross it now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was right out of Brent's hand. I don't know if it picked or if he turned it over, but ends up making the shot. So decent result. We do have some score updates for you over on sheet 1. Mark Keane putting up 3 in the 6th. So they now have a 5-3 lead over John Schuster. Schuster has the hammer, playing 7. And Pat Ferris putting up, Paul Fleming putting up 2 in the 7th. So they have the lead 4-3 over Pat Ferris. Pat Ferris has hammer, playing 8. Fraser Reed finally put a point on the board, but it's still a story of blanks over on sheet 5. Corey Dropkin from the U.S. The Young Bucks are leading Fraser Reed 2-1. Dropkin with the hammer, playing 8. On sheet 6, Sam Moybrook giving Brad Gushu a game. Gushu only managing to score 1 in the 7th, so it's 6-4 for Gushu, but Moybrook has hammer in the final end. And then, as we said previously, Mike Fournier with a big steal in 6, so they're up 1 on Buke. Buke with the hammer, playing 7. And Glenn Howard and Jason Gunlickson were earlier winners. So now you're up to date. And this is not a bad situation for Greg Smith here, Mary.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got some junk out front here already, which is not great for Epping, the Epping team.
Think you gotta go.
Gotta go to get this one over. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's an important miss from Carter Small. When you're down 2 without hammer, every rock has to count.
Mm-hmm.
So this should open the door for Epping to have a pretty comfortable finish here.
Yep. 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 It's all you.
So they're trying to come in the house here, but the sweepers think it's a bit light.
Yep. Okay, you got it, Alex. Yep, go, buddy, go. Yep.
That's a good shot from Greg Blyde.
Whoa.
Oof. Just nicks it. It's the advantage of throwing huge weight.
Yeah. And Greg's going to split the rings here, I think.
Yeah, again, it's just the lie 3 strategy.
Right.
And especially with Carter missing, it's tougher to do.
Where? Carter! You take it back, Carter. You gotta go, bud.
And they had trouble with this turn before. They couldn't get it buried behind this corner guard in previous ends, and it's kind of the same here, just not quite getting the broom in the right spot.
Good. What do you see in control? Board. Board.
This will be pretty easy for Ryan Fry to chase in the house. Obviously, you're always playing this one tight. If you ever miss and you take off the guard, it's not the worst case scenario.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Attaboy, great shot.
Oh, that is nice from Ryan Fry.
Have to play it anyways. Freeze. That's pretty good, actually. Right here. Another one. Okay. What? Lock it on. Where's my broom? Where's my broom? Did you? Yeah, no, I know. I know. He brought it down.
This is why I eventually stopped throwing with a crutch.
It's
Because
okay.
when you're a
It
skip,
gives
you
me
can
more
do this.
time
It's okay. Everyone
yeah.
goes, well, you're the most important shooter on the ice. If you mess up your crutch
Okay.
or your throwing
Try this
broom,
again.
it's
Okay.
fine. When you're the lead, there's no you can't ever mess it up. Oh, we're wasting time for you to go get your crutch? Okay.
Okay. What's your thoughts on speed?
Yeah, it seems
Gotta
like a lot of
lock it
work
on.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, so I
not
just
slow
changed the way I slid.
Okay.
I didn't care. I was like, I'm done.
So you're back to a broom.
Yeah,
Or-
broom flat on the ice.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought, hey, it worked for Craig Saville for all those years.
Yeah.
He's a lead who throws with
Lock it
his
on.
broom on the ice. Why not me?
Do you think there was much difference with using the crutch as opposed to using a broom?
You gotta go. You gotta lock it
Not.
on.
It just took a little bit of adjustment, I would say, because
Mm-hmm.
I had my broom flat on the ice, so it was still a similar kind of feel. You just have to get used to your arm being a little bit
need a
lower. You're not like
seven!
perfectly square. But no, it wasn't a huge adjustment. I mean, obviously for lead, you're throwing a ton of draws, so you had to get adjusted to the speed because crutches slide pretty quickly.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, it didn't affect my game too much. And wow, speaking of sliding, that one slides into almost the perfect spot. Greg Smith, phenomenal on freezes. Unfortunately, John
Where's it
Epping
just-
can throw massive
trying to hit
weight,
that
but
one.
that's a very nice shot from Greg.
Really nice, yeah.
He's got to make it. Right, so if I make contact coming in, we're pretty happy. Yeah. I can throw the out. Yeah. Yeah.
So again, Smith has to score 2, so
He can't freeze it right where I can't get rid of one of them. Is that right? If he freezes on the nose, well, I hit a high, the middle one's gonna fly. Right? Yeah, if I hit it high, the middle one's just gonna go whipping out of the house. If I hit this low and make contact coming in, I mean, it's.
so if John Epping makes this, it'll be the last stone thrown in this game. But it is his first in the 8th. Looking for a skinny double. Sweepers are right off of it. And
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Won't make the double, but will get rid of one. So Greg Smith should be able to lie two when this is all said and done. But John Epping felt pretty confident he couldn't put it somewhere where Epping wouldn't be able to get rid of one of them.
Right.
So
There's a snap, a dead on mine.
we'll see what happens.
I don't know if you dead freeze this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Epping's
not
got
bad.
a bit of a problem, doesn't he?
What?
Depending on the angles.
It's just if Smith can get shot, I mean, yes, I think it's
Yeah.
he can definitely cause some issues for him.
Well, you can't take it all away. Yeah, so
There could be a case where maybe Epping got a little too cute there.
Well, maybe. I think
But
maybe
Greg's still got to make this one real
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
same thing. Yeah. No, you cannot bounce.
If he makes this perfectly,
didn't
Epping
really
might
bounce, but
have
like
a
you can't
shot
bounce.
off his own to get rid of
Yes.
that one.
Yeah, that could be a savior for him.
Yeah.
So Greg Smith, final stone in the 8th end, needs to make the perfect freeze.
It's more! It's more!
Needs
This has to curl a
yeah.
lot. Looks a little heavy. Can he even get in for second shot? Will he get a nice little friendly bounce? Well, Epping's going to have to throw his last one, but it's not as difficult as it could have been.
Yeah, Greg had really nice weight on that. Just again, it just hung out a little bit. So pretty easy hit here for the win. Easy for John, that is.
Final stone here in the 8th end. John Epping just needs to make one red stone go away. And he will do just that. So that's it. That's all here on our feature sheet. The final score ends up being 6-5, but it's John Epping who takes the win over Greg Smith. So Epping will move on in the A bracket. Greg Smith will drop down to the B. We'll be back here in about an hour and 15 minutes, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:30 Pacific, for a game between Yunjung Kim and Jacqueline Harrison. So make sure you join us on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, and World Curling TV for that one. For Mary Chilvers, I'm John Cullen. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.